everybody, it's Shayna with Robinson Repurposing, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made 4 purposed, thrifty DIYs that for your home that anybody can make. I'm going to show you how I made those 4, and then I'm also just going to show you some of the other things I've made recently, just some before and after pictures that I didn't video the process on how, but I'm going to be showing you those just for inspiration, and hopefully they inspire you. But anyway, let's get right into this video.
Okay, so for this DIY, we are making a wreath, and the first thing we do is take this little tulip galvanized metal piece. I found this last year. I haven't seen them in stores this year, but I mean, I feel like they come out with this kind of stuff every year, so I'm sure you can find something like it, if not the exact same thing. And I just painted the middle part like you see me doing there with that soft pink Dixie Belle color. And I just wanted it to be like a paint swatch. What is that called? Paint. Anyway, I just wanted it to be like right there in the middle like that. And then I took this stencil, which is also from Dollar Tree, and I typed in, or stenciled in, hello spring. Well, I did hello with the stencil, and then here in a minute, I just used my paintbrush and I do the spring. I just kind of freehanded it, and midway through this process, I was about ready to throw this in the trash because I was getting really frustrated because you know how stenciling goes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And I tried to touch it up here, and it was just kind of a mess, honestly. And like I said, I was about to throw it away. But then I was like, you know what? It's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I was just I'm most likely keeping this for myself rather than selling it in my booth. But if I do sell it in my booth, it'll be one of those things that I just sell for like cheaper price just because of like the imperfections. But yeah, anyway, here I go. You'll see Winston. He was sitting on my table there, kind of, helping me. And so you're just going to see him a little bit. But I wanted to keep this part on camera so you could see me writing it out because I think that's kind of fun to watch sometimes. But anyway, yeah, there's that part. And honestly, sometimes I'm kind of like, Shayna, what are you doing? Why don't you just print something out with your Cricut? You have a Cricut, like, come on. But then other times I'm too lazy to do all that. And then, okay, I don't know what I was doing there. I was trying to make the dot look like a flower, but like I said, I don't know what I was thinking there, but it ends up looking all right. And like I said, this is just something I'm keeping for myself. So it's fine. And then I just cut that hook off and then reattached it there on the wreath. So there in the beginning, I forgot to mention that the tulip was going to be for a wreath. Like, I'm attaching it to this wreath. So anyway, and then the wreath, I got that at an auction. I got a stack of wreaths, like 4 or 5 of them for like $1. Nobody wanted them, so they were just like basically giving them away. So I got a bunch of them for $1, and I didn't do anything with it for the longest time, and then I just decided to take off. There was like these orange little balls on it. I don't know if they were like pumpkins or what, but anyway, I took them off. And then I had this tulip sprig that I got, and I'm pretty sure it was from Michael's last year, and I just cut it up and then I scattered it through the wreath there. And I also had a little sprig of like that greenery you can see off to the side there, and I used it randomly through the wreath, and it was also from the auction, and there were like 2 sprigs of random greenery, anyway, and I just cut it up, and it was actually really pretty. Sometimes, a lot of the times at auctions, the greenery and wreaths you get, they're just outdated, but this one was actually very cute, so I used it. So anyway, like I said, I just cut the sprigs up, and then I kind of laid them in the wreath where I thought they looked nice. I just kind of did like every other thing, like tulips, greenery, and so on. And I just used hot glue on the ends of them to just stick them down in that wreath form there. Okay, and then I took this wreath form and cut it up a little bit. There were these little pieces like that one right there that were on this that I just loved, and they were pink and green and white like the other wreath that I'm making, so I just cut them off and decided to put those on the other wreath you'll see here in a second. That there was also a wreath that I got at the auction. Like it was included in the wreath pile that I got for like $1 or $2. So really good deal. Just trying to use all of that up. So, like I said, I just stick those in the wreath and I hot glue those in as well. And I'm just amazed at how well those go with this. Okay, and then moving on to making a bow, I was gonna just make like an actual bow with that lace ribbon over there on the side, but I have so much ribbon I need to get used up, and there was a lot of ribbon in my stash that like kind of went with these colors of this wreath. So I was like, okay, this would be a perfect opportunity to use up some of my ribbon. And so I made one of these like crisscross bows where you just use a bunch of different ribbon and you cross it and then you tie it all together. So I'll just let this part play out and you can see the ribbons that I used for this part. So a lot of this ribbon is from Dollar Tree, but some of it is I know is from like Walmart, and then some of it is like that's fabric, for example. So anyway, I just used, like I said, a bunch of random stuff I had on hand. Okay, and then I just hot glued this bow onto the bottom of the wreath there underneath that tulip, and I think it looks super cute. You definitely could leave the bow off though for sure, and it would still be adorable. And I just love how this turned out, being that it was all from an auction and a few things from Michael's and Dollar Tree. It came together so well, and it was not very expensive to make, so that is always the best part. Okay, so moving on to this washboard, I took the color drop cloth, as you can see there, and I just painted the almost the whole thing, except I left the part that says soap and towel. I left that open, and then like the washboard part, I left it not painted as well, and I just painted the rest of it, and that's literally all I did on this one. It's so simple, it's so easy, and I didn't even do full coverage. I just did like a kind of, I didn't dry brush it, I guess, but like, not a full coverage coat. And then I also went back in when it was dry and I sanded it. And then all I did here was just remove some of that old glue because someone had tried to replace this. And I mean, not replace, repair, I guess is what I meant to say. And they just glued it. So I tried to remove some of that glue and then I actually nailed it back in. This has been in my craft stash for so long and I finally am getting it done. So anyway, this would look adorable in a bathroom. I just hung it on the wall, on my white wall, because my laundry room is blue. But anyway, is so cute, and I just took some greenery in it. I love the way that just kind of, updated it. Okay, and then moving right along to this old cutting board. This thing is a little bit grungy and had a lot of cuts, and it wasn't that dirty, surprisingly. When I wiped it off, it wasn't that dirty, but looks kind of dirty. Really, ideally, what I should have done was probably take this outside and like sand it down, but I just didn't want to do all that. So all I do here in a minute is just paint it. Painting it in the color drop cloth again. And that's all I do here. I just paint this. I do like one coat. I don't even do full coverage again on this craft DIY either. Okay, and then I had this transfer, and I had found here that it fit completely perfect on this cutting board. Like it was meant to be. It was crazy. So I just transferred that transfer onto this cutting board. So that's what you see me doing here. And then I was going to put there's a horse page to this grouping of transfers too. But I was going to put it on the back, but then I was like, I don't really want to use both pieces. That way if I go to sell this, I don't have to price it as high, and it'll be easier to sell. So I decided to print out this reverse graphic transfer and put it on the back. That way it was reversible, but yeah, this side was just going to be like a little less money on my end. Like this is not as expensive, is what I'm trying to say, as those oh my gosh, as those transfers. They're expensive, but this is not as expensive, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, you just Mod Podge it on there, and then you go to the sink and I go to the sink and rub off all that paper. And I like to do this at the sink because it makes a big mess, and I also have to keep wetting my hands usually. But here I was just showing you guys like a close up of me rubbing off some of that paper that was left on there. And sometimes you accidentally rub off the paint or the actual transfer, and so sometimes it's kind of frustrating. But sometimes that also looks like it just kind of adds to the look, you know? And on this one, I might go back in later and just touch up a few of those letters with a marker or like a paint pen or something. Okay, and here is a look at how the pig side turned out. And then you'll have to stay tuned here toward the end to see the other side. It didn't really turn out that great, but I'll show you guys here in a minute. Okay, and then moving on to these boards, I just whitewashed, kind of dry brush, painted these with that drop cloth color. And that's all I was showing you here in this part. Okay, and then I got these flowers from our Dollar Tree / Dollar Family Dollar, and they were $3 each originally, but I got them when they were half off, or even more than that, maybe 75% off when they were, when fall was over, because these were fall. Like that white one was orange, and I painted it white. So anyway, I just get the tags all off and the strings and everything, and then I just hot glue these onto this board, and then I also take a nail and I nail them in. And I'm sorry, in this part, you're going to see Winston down there. He started to cry, and I was almost done with this, so I just went ahead and finished, even though he was having a little tantrum meltdown, and he wanted me to pick him up. But anyway, I got it done. That was that, and poor kid. Okay, and then after I got those all nailed in, I just took some antique wax and just dry brushed them to make them look kind of old, And then here's a look at how it turned out. I think it is so cute. Hello everybody, popping back in here at the end of this video, and I just want to show you guys really quickly. I'm going to try to do it quickly for one, because my phone's about to die, and for two, my phone also doesn't have enough storage. So anyway, really quickly, I just scrap wood. I painted it in the earlier part of this video. Took some scrap ribbon and some scrap lavender floral pick that I had. Put that in there. Super cute. I love this. I would probably keep it if I had somewhere to put it. This one, similar concept. I just went this way with it and made like a little pocket. So cute and fun. This one, same concept. And I added a bow, and I just stuck one little pick in there. I might keep this one though and add like another little pick of some sort. This little craft here is one of my favorite things I've ever made. Probably because I don't want to say weird, it's just very unique. So I took this literal scrap piece of wood, was just like this in my stash, just in the bottom of the wood pile, and I painted it white. And then I got these spoons and like the spatula set and all that at an auction for like $1. They're the whole set, and they're very nice copper utensils, but I could not use them, like actually use them. So I was like, I'm gonna craft with them somehow. Anyway, I came up with this idea. I don't even know how I came up with this idea. I got this little frog at Dollar Tree, and then the moss, of course, and I just made this little welcome. And I don't know, it would just be so cute on like an entryway table. And it's just so like different, like I said. But I love that. I love being a little bit different. So anyway, this thing here is simple little heart from Dollar Tree. I am definitely gonna paint the back of this, because the only thing I would use this for is probably to put it like on a tiered tray. So I will probably paint the back at some point, but the sticker was getting on my nerves. So this jar, this is nothing amazing, nothing new, but I am starting to keep, instead of painting mason jars, I've been starting to keep I'm getting out of breath because I'm talking so fast, so this is a pickled beets jar, so like I'm just keeping those and pickles, and we eat a lot of olives and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm just keeping the jars for that kind of stuff, and then you just stick a little real pretty floral pick in there, and it's just beautiful. And it's basically free with some paint. These little things, I've been making a bunch of these because I have these little terracotta pots, and I just want to get them used up, and I want to make something to go put them in my booth, and they're perfect for spring. So yeah, I just whipped up a few of those. Okay, and then I gotta show you these little trays. So I made these little tiny tiered trays, and I would like to find something to go like on the bottom of them, like a little platform, I guess you would call it, kind of like that one back there. Like I always try to make them with like a platform. I'm gonna show you that one in a minute, but anyway, until I figure that out, I might just go put these in my booth and see if they sell as is, because I'm only gonna charge like $2 to $3 for these, because I got these
supplies for basically 10 cents each, like 10 cents for the plates, 10 cents for the candle holders. Like, I got a good deal. Anyway, what I was trying to tell you guys though is I painted one and I left this one the way the plates were. Like these were, this one was green plates, like this green plate. And I'm gonna see which one sells better, the painted ones or these ones. And I go ahead and tell you, these ones are probably gonna sell better if they even sell at all. Because that's just how it is. But I do love, like, I left this one with both, and I made like 2 or 3 of these. I made these ones with both of the regular plates that I had that I got at that auction with this floral design on them. And they say they're a hand-painted thing. I think this would be super cute in a bathroom. Like, I would almost keep one of these if I had a little space for it, because it'd be cute for like jewelry and whatnot. I think I've said whatnot like 100 times. These little things here. Okay, these little things here are, they were like, I think I have the before picture of this. I will throw it in the video if I have it. It was like blue and green, so I just painted it this cream spray paint, cream color. Same with this, I spray painted it a cream color. So this is all, like I said, this is all pretty much going to my booth. This little thing was actually already made up in my craft room. I don't know what I was doing with that, but just a little board. I'll probably add some D-hooks to it so somebody can hang it up. And I'll probably only charge like $3 for that. This is something I love. I probably will keep this. Cowboy Take Me Away, and it's the lyrics to the song. And then I just painted this frame. Super simple. I get these graphics on Etsy, and I don't remember the store name on this one, but if anybody wants it, I can send it to you or link it or whatever. But yeah, love that. This thing I love also. I got these flowers at our Dollar Tree / Family Dollar. So these are actually $3, which I think is ridiculous, but they weren't because they were on sale when it was fall time, because these were orange. Like this one was orange. You can still kind of see it underneath there. But anyway, so I got them for like $1 because they were like 50% off. So, and then I just nailed them in. I glued them and nailed them in. I think I videoed that. So that's in here. I love that. You could like hang it sideways, or you could up and down like in a vignette of some sort. This is in the video. I just wanted to show you guys that the back did not turn out, so I'm still gonna have to work on that. Sorry, I'm literally going so fast, but these, I'm just gonna do these individually. I got these little things at Dollar Tree, these little things here, and then I put my own little pictures in them. These are from an old kid's book that was falling apart, but the pictures in it were amazing, and I got it for like 25 cents at a thrift store. And I just love like the little picture. I love that. I love the little pictures. So I did like 4 or 5 of these, and I'll set them in my booth for maybe $2, just because these were $1.25, and you know, the little vintage pictures are pretty cute. And then there's just these. I just painted this other frog up. It was like a green, shiny like that. So I just painted it with like a green and a white, and I just distressed it and made it look cute. And then I did another little, this is a mini one compared to these ones. And I just used some of those Dollar Tree like foam flowers that are out right now for Valentine's Day to put on there. And then the tier tray, of course, I wanted to show you this. Nothing new concept either. I just wanted to show you guys that it was Christmas. I had it in my booth for Christmas. Like this was a Christmas mug. This was a Christmas plate, and this had a Christmas like design on it. But it didn't sell, and I even had it priced clear down to like $10. So I was like, I'll just paint the whole thing, because maybe somebody didn't want, like nobody wanted a Christmas tiered tray. I thought I was super clever for coming up with that idea. But anyway, I love this one because it's got this cup at the top, and you can like put a flower in it or whatever, and I think that's so fun. And I had saw on Pinterest where somebody made a tiered tray with like all succulents. Like they just took succulents and like made it like a little garden of succulents on a tiered tray, and I was like, that's a good idea. But I don't want to buy a bunch of succulents and then have to charge for that, because then I just feel like nobody would buy it. But anyway, I just thought those were some good ideas for you guys. I hope that just provides you with a little inspiration, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you made it to the end of this video, comment spring or spring DIYs or anything spring. Thank you all so much for watching.